And welcome to Startup Hack. Today we are going to talk about using C# preprocessor directives for conditional compiling. So let's jump right in. Make sure to check out the link down below because we always provide the code samples that you can pull down and follow along so you can see in our project.
Do you want to earn $100,000 a year? Do you want to become a software developer within just 3 months? With our amazing course and awesome tutors, you never have to worry about getting stuck. We help students to learn skills that companies want to hire. We are Startup Hack. Don't forget to subscribe our channel. So let's get started.
Right, let's start with the first example, defining and undefining symbols. Just to get a clear idea of how symbols can be used for conditional compiling, let's see how we can define our own custom symbol, undefine it, and use it in an if-else preprocessor directive. First, let's set up a basic console program with our own custom symbol. We use the hash define directive to create this new mySymbol object at the top of the script. Note, all the define needs to be done at the very beginning of your script. Your IDE will probably help you by giving you an error until you have fixed it if you put it too far in your code. And then let's use this symbol in a conditional and check that we get the output. So here's the example. Now what happens if we undefine the symbol before our piece of code, that conditional compilation? So here's the example. This time nothing gets printed to the console because the hash if directive gets a false result on the check. I'll admit it's pretty silly example because we have no reason to define something and undefine it a line later, but this shows you how the entire flow would go if you had to create and then destroy a symbol. And we can of course extend our if else directive to handle more cases with the elf and else. So here's the example. The debug symbol is automatically defined in your C# project and set depending on your build settings, debug or release mode. You can override it with define and undef like here. So here's the example. Alright, let's moving towards the next example, trying to use a new API or failing back to the older version. One common use case for the conditional compilation is to avoid API breaking changes on your dependencies. Say you are using an API for which you know a breaking change has happened at one point. This means that if you force your code to use the newer version, it might crash on older systems. So then checking for your current running environment can allow to fall back to a different version if need to be very silly. This example directly here. So the third example is doing conditional compilation in Unity. If you ever worked on a Unity game and successfully followed through to actually building it, you might have already had a look at C# preprocessor directive for conditional compiling. Indeed, Unity provides us with specific symbols to know whether we are working in the Unity editor or any specific OS. So it's let us do some pretty powerful thing. So for example, these directives are super useful to have some test or debug code run only while you are in the editor. So here's example. Thank you for watching this video. Preprocessor directives are not something I use every day in C#, but they are very nice and very clear way of distinguishing behavior depending on your environment. So don't forget to subscribe our channel and hit the bell icon for latest updates. To joining our course, you can simply go to our website called startuphack.com. Thank you.